Now I've got some of these metallic watercolour paints that I had bought for me for Christmas, and I have played around with them a little bit, and I absolutely love them. I think they come out brilliant. So what I thought I would do on this piece of canvas board is do a neurographic picture. Now I've done neurographic pictures before, but never with metallic watercolour paints, so it'll be interesting to see how this comes out. And this is such a great technique if you're feeling a little bit fed up or just lonely, or if you're feeling down or anxious. I find it really does help me to concentrate on something and to get over those feelings. It's a really simple technique. I start off with a pencil, but if you want to start off with a pen, then you can start off with a pen. And it's all about putting marks on the paper and just moving it around, and do it within about 3 seconds each mark. So I'm going to start from this corner. I'm going to kind of count to 3 seconds, and that's my first mark. And then I'm going to go somewhere else, probably here. And there's my second mark, and then I think I will go from here, and there's my third mark. That one didn't come out very well, so I'm going to put that back in. Now that could be enough for me, or once I've done those few marks, then you can look at it and think, do you know what, I need something a little bit more, and you can be a little bit more thoughtful over this next mark. So I think that is rather a large space there, and there's rather a large space here. So what I'm going to do is just put in another mark there. And I think the same for this as well. And certainly for this whole area, I think that's a little bit large as well. So I'm going to come down here, through there. I'm going to do a loop there and cut off there. I quite like that. I think that is enough for me. So what I'm now going to do is take my Sharpie, and I take a black Sharpie, but you can take whatever colour Sharpie that you want. It doesn't have to be black, it's entirely up to you. And now I'm going to fill those lines in. Actually, I've changed my mind. I'm not going to use my Sharpie. I'm going to use my alcohol inks or my alcohol pens. I think they'll give a nicer, finer cover, because I've got the brush tip to choose from here, or I've got this nice rounded tip. And then all you do is go over these lines, and you can make these lines thicker if you wish, or thinner in places. It's entirely up to you. I decide that once I've done all the lines. And then once you've got all your lines on here, what you do is you go through, and wherever a line has crossed another line, you soften that line off by doing something like that to it. So doing a corner in it. You don't have to have the same size corners in each one. It is entirely up to you. And you do that for every corner. And I try and make them as smooth as I can as well, so they look like they've blended into that line and they've just naturally become part of that. Now, if you've got one here that is going to be too small, I just fill it in completely. And then I'll do a little bit there and a bit on that one like that. That gives you a filled in bit, but it also gives you a small bit as well. And these filled in black bits actually can look really, really nice on a piece because they give you that lovely contrast. Now, when I pick a line that I think I might want to thicken, I do it really where I think it's going to look quite natural. So, for instance, I think this line here is very straight, so I will leave that at that thickness. But this one here that's crossing it, I'll go in there and I'll put that bit there like that. And I'll go in there and I'll do that. And then I'll bring that right the way down there. So it kind of thickens that line. Fill that in. And it's giving me a little thicker line. And then I'll go perhaps under that line there. So it's kind of thicker there. And then it blends into that one. But you do it however you want to do it. It's just about concentrating your mind on something else other than what's causing you stress or anxiety or worries. If you don't want anyone to see these pictures, you don't have to. I have been doing this for a lot of years on and off, and I've always found it to be really helpful. Well, now I've finished that, and, well, I think I've finished it, but I always end up finding one of the little corners that I haven't filled in. And I really like that, how it is now, just black and white. But what I'm going to use, as I said, is these beautiful metallic paints, and I've got them labelled so I know what colour they are. And I've also got some watercolour pencils as well that I'm going to use just to put some finer detail on the actual picture with as I go around. So I can put some shadowing in bits and pieces like that. And I'll be using a water brush here. These are easy to get hold of. Again, I will link everything that I've used in the description below. So first colour I'm going to use is this blue. Fill in these colours right up until the very edge. I don't really want any white showing through, but if I get some, I get some. I'm just going to take my time, blending it around as I want to. And if you're not neat, what does it matter? If you go over your black lines, you can always fill them in and neaten them up again at the end with a black pen, or leave them as they are. I try not to put two of the same colour right next to each other, but sometimes it just can't be avoided. And if that happens, it happens. There is no stress involved in this picture. Just let yourself enjoy the moment and let yourself enjoy the freedom of just really colouring in, designing and having a little bit of fun. So I like that. I'm going to leave that there to dry. I'm going to rinse that little brush out because I'll keep using the same little brush the whole time. I just rinse that out into some clean water and then I'll let that dry. And then I know that's blue and I will put some blue detail in there with these watercolour pencils that I'll show you in a minute as well. I think the next one I'm going to do is going to be a yellow here. Now I shall let those two colours dry before I move on any further, because if not I lose track of what colour is what and then I have no idea what colour I'm going to be putting on from my watercolour pencils. Now I've found with these that the lighter hand and the lighter stroke and go over a few times is much better than going over it really heavy. All I'm going to do is go around the outside of these like this up to that black line, popping that on, and I've tried to find a colour that is slightly darker than the one that's down there, but because these aren't metallic anyway, they are going to show up, not necessarily on my camera particularly well, but I'll be able to see them. It does show up on the monitor, so hopefully it's showing up on the camera. Now I had to go inside and ask what colours these were because they didn't have colours on them, they've only got numbers on them, but never mind. Now I could leave them like that, but I want to blend those in a little bit more. Look how lovely that activates those colours. And if you feel you want a little bit darker, once this is dry, you can always go over it again. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to finish this all up, and then once it's finished, I'll show you what it looks like finished, how I'm going to seal it, and I'm going to hang it on the wall. Well, this is what happens when you're as clumsy as me. I just knocked a whole pot of water over my picture when I was halfway done. I'm really upset about that. So as much of it being or a stress reliever, I've now caused myself stress. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to dry this off a little bit because I'm not going to let it get to me. And hopefully I'll be able to rescue it and save it. But we all do things like that, me more than anybody. I'm so clumsy. I should know so much better than that, but I wanted to share that with you. There's water everywhere. I didn't actually have the camera rolling while I did it, so that is a bit of a disappointment because I would have happily shared that with you. I'm going to wipe all that up, and now I'm going to dry it, I suppose. It's because I had my old... Oh, nearly did it again then. It's because I had this brush pop there. I went to dry a bit off with a hairdryer, caught it with the cable, and silly me, knocked it over. So I'm going to dry it and I'm going to see what I can do. Well, fortunately, I don't actually think it's done too much damage. When it's fully dry, I'll be able to have a look. Mostly, it's where the water has gone over where the black is. And I can always go over that with a black marker anyway. It was stressful for a few seconds there, but I feel quite relieved. So at least you've seen it halfway through. I'm going to carry on now and finish it off. And then I'll show you what it looks like before I do anything else to it. Once I've finished colouring it in, so you can see what it looks like after I've rescued it. Well, it's nearly finished now, and I must say, I was really relieved at how well the spillage cleaned up. All I need to do now is just go along here and clean up my black lines a little bit using my marker pen. And then I think you'll never know it was there. And once I've done that, I'm going to give it a quick varnish. But I'm not using a brush and varnish. I will use a spray varnish. Because this is watercolour, what I don't want it to do is move with the varnish. I do think that's come out really, really pretty. I love that, and I love the metallic-y colours of it too. And this should cover this paint fairly easily. Might need to go over more than once. but at least that'll finish it off neat and make it look like there was never a whole bottle of water spilt over it. Look how much better that looks already. Well, that's all finished now, and as you can see, you'd never know I spilt anything over that. I'm going to give it a quick spray with this crystal clear Seals and Protects. I always do that outside because I don't want to have to be breathing that in. And then I'll show you what it looks like all hung up on the wall. Well, it's all finished now, all varnished, all hung up on the wall. I'm really loving that. I think that's one of my favourite neurographic pictures that I've ever made. Even though there was a bit of a calamity at the beginning of it when I knocked that water over. But there we go. That's life, isn't it? Try this out if you're ever feeling a little bit down, or you just need to clear your head, or just want to be a little bit creative. Honestly, you won't be disappointed. I love these metallic paints by Artex as well. I think they give some real great depth and some fun to the picture. And then adding the little bits of coloured pencils also just gives it that little bit of shading. Let me know in the comments what you think or what you've done with neurographic art. I've also done some with a laser and some other bits and pieces. I'll link that video at the end of this one. Please boot that like button. It really helps my videos to get out there, and it lets me know what sorts of things that you like. And if you're not a subscriber, hit that subscribe button. It really does make me smile and makes me happy. And ring that little bell. Links to everything used are in the description below. Take care, enjoy your crafting. Bye.